It is time for yet another exciting episode of
How's the market?
where I'll get you up to date with what's happening in our housing market here in Brevard County and the Cocoa Beach area. There are some trends that I had expected to see that you're probably expecting to see as well. And there's a couple things that are happening that kind of surprised me. I'll get into all of that right after this. My name's Larkin and I'm a real estate agent here on the Space Coast. And when I'm not making videos like this one, I'm helping people buy and sell real estate. So whether you're moving next week, next month, or next year, I am certain that you have questions and I'm here to help. I'll have a link in the description below that'll take you to my calendar. We should schedule an appointment and my contact information is there as well. Our current housing market, it's reminiscent to stepping back in time to what we saw in 2018 and 2019. Mid 2018 we had a spike up, which was high back then of 5% interest rates. Definitely slowed things down in regards to what was happening in our housing market. And our inventory slowly started growing, where by the end of 2018, we were over 4,000 properties available on the market. And starting the new year in 2019, we broke 5-month supply of inventory available. Fast forward to today, and our inventory, it's been climbing. We've had a 10% increase from September to October, which puts us over 3,500 properties for sale. And at this rate, I see us breaking 4,000 by the time we start 2024. This will also see our inventory rising, where the 5-month supply could be a reality starting the beginning of the year. Actually, our current inventory of 3,500 properties is the highest we've seen since March 2020, just as the pandemic was starting. Sales, they're declining. This is the first time in quite a while where we didn't break 1,000 sales for the month of October. Actually, the last time that we did not break 1,000 sales in October was back in 2017, and that's when we were dealing with the after effects of Hurricane Irma. If you didn't know, when a hurricane hits the east coast of Central Florida, it always has an impact on our sales until we can get through the cleanup of the storm. Taking a look at our year-to-date averages here in 2023, we are back in line with what we had seen in 2018 and earlier. In spite of our active inventory rising, our sales declining, and the higher interest rates, the numbers still show us in a seller's market because we're under a 4-month supply of inventory available. We ended the month of October with a 3.5-month supply of properties for sale. The reality that we're facing is that the buyers that are looking in the market, they're exceptionally cautious due to the higher interest rates, the inventory rising, and the uncertainty in our housing market. And even though our average sales price for the county is continuing to rise, we're at $420 this past month compared to $393 the October 2022. The median prices are actually down. $345,000 this last month compared to $352,000. I see the median sales price trending down as an indication of a softening market, and it will probably continue to do so through the end of the year. However, if rates do start to fall, then there'll definitely be more buyers coming back into the market. Yes, we peaked last week with 8% interest rates, but they pulled back slightly this past Thursday and Friday, and I had an increase in buyer inquiries on the properties I had for sale. Yes, the last quarter of the year is always a little bit slower, and the spring market will have more buyer activity. And with more buyers looking, there'll be more offers being presented and a higher probability of you competing against multiple offers too. If you're planning of selling a property, price is always important no matter the market, especially in this current market that we're in. You need to price accordingly. One of the trends I'm seeing with buyers, and a reminder of why condition of your home is so important, is the number of cancellations or back on market properties that we're seeing. This past October, there were over 450 properties to come back on the market. So if you are considering putting your home on the market, fix those things in your home that you know could be an issue. It also might make sense to have a home inspection done prior to list the property for sale, so you could either have a punch list of items that you can get done prior to listing. If there's some big ticket items that came up that you were unaware of, you can get some quotes to have for negotiations with the buyers. And it also makes sense, if you have that home inspector out, to have them do a fresh 4-point inspection. This way you can see if there's any issues that might prevent the next owner for getting homeowners insurance, and that 4-point inspection is transferable. The next buyer could actually use it to get their insurance quotes. Couple other suggestions if you're considering selling. Now would be a good time to maybe rent a storage unit and remove a lot of the stuff that you have in your house so your home will show better with less items in that property. Show that your house has more space. Working on the curb appeal is also important too. Remember, a little lipstick goes a long ways. You also need to be aware that builders new construction are offering some fantastic incentives for buyers that are shopping in the area. Yes, they're getting a brand new home. The builders are also offering cash incentives, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to go towards their closing costs, buying down the rates, or upgrading some of the finishes in the property. If your home is in a similar price point to these new constructions, or you're in close proximity to where these new communities are happening, you definitely need to keep new construction in mind for your competition. Here's a few interesting stats from this past October sales. 31% of our properties sold in 7 days or less. The list to sell ratio, meaning original list price to final sales price, was within 95%, which is a pretty tight ratio. Average days on market is now 40 days. To give you an idea of where values are at or what the buyers are looking for, are over $1 million price range. There were 34 closings that happened in October that were over $1 million. And we are still seeing multiple offers in our current market. The biggest red flag that I'm seeing with our housing market today, that also has a few anomalies that are interesting too, is the beachside condominium market. Inventory in the Cocoa Beach area is definitely rising. They're back to over 200 condos available for sale today. Sales are way down. There were only 31 closings that happened here in October, and this puts us at almost a 7-month supply of condos for sale. And beachside condominiums, I definitely consider this a buyer's market now. With the condo fees rising, the higher insurance rates, and the higher interest rates, it's definitely showing an impact on the condominium market beachside. But what's crazy is, even though I'm seeing inventory up and sales going down, October's average and median sales price were up. Average price was $472,000 this past month compared to $441,000 October 2022, and the median sales price is way up, $425,000 this past October compared to $340,000 October 2022. What's your gut telling you about this housing market? Is there a crash that's imminent? Do you think things are kind of leveling out and we're more in a balanced market? Do you have plans of moving in 2024? Remember, whether you're moving next week, next month, or next year, I'm here to help. If you have questions, I would love to answer them. I'll have a link below that'll take you to my calendar. We can schedule a call, and also my contact information there is too. My name's Eric Larkin with Real Brokers here on the Space Coast. I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll see ya on the next show.